The Triathlete's Training Bible, the world's most comprehensive training guide, 5th edition. Written by Joe Friel. Narrated by Brian Arens. Copyrighted by Joe Friel. This audiobook was recorded by arrangement with Velo Press and was produced in the year 2024 by Echo Point Books and Media, LLC, which holds the copyright thereto. Preface. I wrote the first edition of this book 26 years ago. A lot has happened in training for a triathlon since then, as reflected in each of the 4 previous editions. This latest version is an update from the 4th edition, which I wrote in 2016. In only 8 years, the best practices in training for triathlon and endurance sports in general have changed considerably. You will, of course, read here about my interpretation of how you should train. There are as many ways as there are coaches and advanced triathletes. As you read the following pages, you must always keep one thought uppermost in your mind. There are many ways to train for a triathlon, and you are reading only one person's views. I encourage you to consider if what I suggest here is right for you. And during training, experiment a bit to see if you can improve your results by tweaking what I or others suggest. 26 years certainly seems like a long time, but when we look at the endurance sports that preceded triathlon, such as swimming, cycling, and running, whose histories go back more than a century, it puts triathlon in perspective. It is still a new sport in many ways. As such, we can expect to see many other new ways to train evolve in the coming years. While it may seem that we've been doing this for a long time, what you're reading here represents the early days of training for triathlon. So that you have a better grasp of where I'm coming from in suggesting how you should train, let me take you back to the earliest days of our sport, as seen through my eyes. Let's start in 1980. In that year, I owned a running store, Foot of the Rockies, in Fort Collins, a small town in northern Colorado. It opened in 1978, making it one of, probably, the first 5 running stores in the U.S. Prior to running stores, runners went to general sporting goods stores that sold running shoes along with basketball and football stuff. The staff at those stores typically knew very little about running. In that year, with the running boom in its early stages, there was a growing demand for reliable information on how to train for running events. It was hard to find such info. Runner's World magazine was about the only source. That's when I decided to step in to provide not only running gear, but also information on how to train. That was right up my alley. I was a runner who had a master's degree in exercise science. I loved to study and talk about this stuff. I had a staff of young...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?